Hello everyone, I am Rekha Diwan. Let's continue with The Adventures of Toto by Ruskin Bond.
And here in this picture, we can see grandfather showing the ticket to the ticket
Collector.
and look at this monkey Toto which has taken its head out of the bag. So let's proceed. And further, the author tells us when Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable. Stable is a place for animals where he had for a companion, for a partner, the family donkey Nana. Very, very important. Generally, students forget to pay attention to this animal donkey. Many a time, this question has been asked, who was Nana? So, Nana was not the grandfather, Nana was the family donkey. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. So, this remark is quite ironic as to his surprise, he found Nana the donkey without any apparent cause, without any clear, apparent means clear, cause is reason, pulling at her halter. Halter is the strap or the cord or the chain, and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Hay is again fodder, dry grass. So she refused to eat. What was the reason? And here the word her is used for the donkey Nana. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches. Haunches are back legs. And she jerked back. When we jerk back, we suddenly or immediately push aside, dragging Toto with her. So, what was the reason? This was the reason that the donkey Nana had refused to eat. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. The reason was Toto had pushed his sharp little teeth into the skin of Nana's ears. So the donkey was in pain. That's why she could not eat and was trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Toto and Nana never became friends. This is also asked many a time. This can be used for quoting from the text. Next, we have a great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given to him by grandmother for his bath. Everybody likes a cozy place in winters. So was the case with Toto. He would cunningly test. Cunningly here means mentally quick. Cunningly test the temperature with his hand like we human beings do. Then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing until he was into the water up to his neck, until he would completely immerse himself into water. And here here we get to know that he had learned this thing from the narrator. And here the author, the narrator are one here. Here the word me refers to the author, as we know that monkeys are quite good at imitating. You must have heard the story of the milliner. Milliner means cap seller, and the monkeys. Now here we have once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. So the monkey would soap up himself then. When the water became cold, so he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. So he was quite smart. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath just like a child. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. Now, how did this happen? A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, as he was quite mischievous, now nothing better to do. We very well know that, yes, what do we know? An empty brain is a devil's workshop. So this is what monkey has proved here. Finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid of the kettle in which water was boiling. Finding the water just warm enough, that means by the time water had not come to a boil, it had just got warm. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in. That means he entered into the kettle with his head sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while. Why? Because gradually the temperature of water was rising until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little. Now you can just imagine. I hope you are able to visualize this thing. If not, please try to visualize. See here, this was just fine for a while until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. So he was just hopping up and down, jumping up and down. He was just popping up and down. He continued hopping up and down. To hop means to jump for some time until grandmother finally, thank God, arrived and hauled him. Haul means to drag out, to push something out with force. Half boiled out of the kettle. Why half boiled? Because the gas was on and water had been boiling. If there is a part of the brain, next paragraph, if there is a part of the brain specially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. So see, the expression is quite beautiful here. The author just means that Toto was extremely naughty. He was mischievous. He was always tearing things to pieces, as monkeys are known for this thing. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. We very well know that monkeys love to tear clothes. Now, next incident, next of his mischief was when they had to take food. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao, pulao is the name of a dish made up of rice, stood in the center of the dining table. It was not standing, it means it was placed in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. Now monkey was having rice when they all entered. Now you just imagine that you all are ready to have food. Food is ready. It has been set on the table. You just come just to see that monkeys are there and they are stuffing with the things which you were supposed to eat. Now you can imagine your anger at that time, and you are just quite hungry. Your stomach is rumbling. Stuffing himself with rice. My grandmother screamed, she shouted, and Toto threw a plate at her. Her refers to the grandmother. One of my aunts rushed forward. Why? On seeing the monkey and hearing grandmother screaming, and received a glass of water in the face. And who threw that? Of course, the monkey. So we can see how mischievous, how naughty, how uncontrollable the monkey was. These are the adjectives which can be used to describe Toto. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. So from here we get to know that monkey could not afford to mess with the grandfather. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree. Jackfruit is the name of an edible vegetable. Now we refers to the author and his family. The dish, we found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. That means he had not stopped eating. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice. Means he completely relished his food, determined on finishing every grain of rice which was there. And then, in order to spite grandmother, what do you mean by to spite? To spite means to make someone more angry, or in order to hurt, in order to insult, or in order to humiliate someone. Right? So he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. Now chattering is the sound made by monkeys.
Here, delight means happy. And the last paragraph is, obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. Here we refers again to the author and his family. Even grandfather realized that, grandfather was an animal lover. Even he realized that Toto was not the sort of pet anyone could keep for long. We were not well-to-do, means they were not well-heeled, they were not wealthy enough to afford the frequent loss of dishes, means utensils, clothes, curtains and wallpaper. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. That means his value was reduced. Of course, now he was second hand, not the first hand. Just like first hand, second hand cars or any other thing. So, what do we learn from this story? Let us go back to the question which we were asked at first or at the very onset of the story. Here is the question in pink. Have you ever had a baby monkey as a pet? Toto is a baby monkey. Let's find out whether he is mischievous or docile. So here we have understood that here the monkey was mischievous and not at all docile. Let's meet in the next module for the theme, central idea, questions, message of the chapter.
Thank you for watching.